good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, Bunning KC. We are back in Olathe, back out my house, and coming back for Labor Day, and it's time to get new tires. We need them badly, very badly. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to get some new tires at Chuck's Trucks. They're going to check my alignment, make sure everything's still good once they get the new tires on. Which, I mean, should be. How bad can it change, you know what I'm saying? So, once we're done there, I guess I'll get back to you and show you what we're getting. We are going a size up. So these right here are 305 50 20s, and these were the used tires that I got, and I just bought these rims and called it good there. So I rolled around on these for a while until they're, well, pretty much down to here where it doesn't even have any tread. And the back ones are better, but I mean, they're still not very good. So we just need some new ones, getting some new shoes. Yep. And this one right here, the driver's side, this one's the one that's real bad. It has all the abnormal wear on it, so that'll be good to get that off and replaced with a new one. So I will see you guys afterwards. Alright guys, we got the new meats on the truck. Oh, and I don't know if you can hear that hum, but ooh, it sounds good. I love that. I love loud tires. I don't know why. It's just something about them. It just says, I mean business. It's insane. Yeah, so I mean, I can give you guys just a little bit of a taste. That's all you get for right now. It's insane, I tell you what. I'll show you guys here in a second, though. It's pretty awesome. Just headed back to my house right now. So, we'll be back in about, I'd say, 3 minutes or so. But for you, it will be in about half a second. Those are my tires. Pretty insane. They're 35 by 12.5 by 20s. Ironman All Country MTs. Mud terrains, of course. Look at these big old chunky tread on them. And, I mean, Chuck's Trucks did have to trim this a little bit, but that's not that big of a deal to me. I kind of expected it anyway. So, we're sitting pretty now. And I tell you what, going down the highway with these things, I sound like a semi-truck. Like, I just sound like a semi-truck. That's how aggressive this tread is. And I'm alright with it. I love it. I love just a little bit of tire noise. Sounds mean. Yeah, but anyway, right now I am doing an oil change. And while I did that, I also threw on the new one of these, the impact strut cross member. I threw the new one that I got delivered from Fab Tech on there. As you can see there, looks pretty mean. Now we have all of the stability. Yep, so we got that done. So pretty much the whole kit is complete now, like actually complete, not 99% complete like it was before. So yeah, now that I'm sitting eye level with the bottom of my window here, I think I'm happy for a while. And yes, I did say for a while. I might go insane later on, but that's for another video. That's for another time. As for now, I'm going to finish up this oil change, go for a drive, make sure everything's nice and tight, and call it for this video. But if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, and if you want to see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so that you can be notified every time that I upload. Yeah, alright. See you in the next one. I forgot to mention before the ending of this video, if you guys have anything you need done to your truck or Jeep or SUV, go on and hit up my guys at Chuck's Trucks. There are 2 Kansas City locations. One is here in Olathe, and then one is in either Shawnee Mission or Overland Park. I cannot remember, but if you're anywhere local to there, then they're the best guys to go to. All of them are really nice. They'll help you out, try to make the best deal possible for you. And they've got a lot of stuff. They have anything from wheels and tires to lift kits to aftermarket lighting. They also have what I call the tall boy jack stands, and basically those are when you have your truck so lifted that a standard jack stand, well, it just doesn't cut it, basically. So really they have anything, so go hit them up and you won't regret it. There is one other thing, actually a few other things that I forgot to mention. I will at some point in the future be putting a different gearing into the rear end of the truck, because right now it has, I believe, 373 or 383 gear in the back. I can't remember which one, because mainly I don't know a whole bunch about that right now. I just know how to set it and how to get it, you know, to where it would act correctly in the axle. But basically, when you get a bigger size wheel and tire, like say a 35, you deal with 2 things. And one of those 2 things is your speedometer reads lower than the actual speed you're going. So right now it says I'm going around 78, 76. So in reality, I'm probably going around, I would say 82 or 83 actual speed of the vehicle. And the reason for that is because, well, a larger tire, when you roll it once, it goes farther than a smaller tire. So that's the one of the 2 things. And the other thing is when you're going highway speeds, you usually get to rest on a cruise setting around 2,000 RPM, which is, it's pretty good for gas mileage. That's why, you know, you get better gas mileage on the highway than in the city, because it's not a bunch of stop and go, it's just kind of go. But right now, with the bigger wheels and tires, I am resting just at about 3,000, which, well, in long story short, kills gas mileage. And the way to correct that is to put a different gear in the rear end of the vehicle. I mean, which isn't that bad. You just got to get different set of spider gears. And since, as you guys have seen, I have already completely built a differential because of unforeseen events, aka my clutch discs sticking and completely blowing up the differential. That won't be very hard for me. It's just kind of, one of those things. It's a learning process. And, just got to go as you see it and learn as you go. The other thing that I want to do is I want to get a steering stabilizer for the truck, which will really help with the shimmy of the larger tires. And as I'm going down the highway, I'm not always correcting the steering wheel to stay in the center of the road. It will actually dampen the movement of the tires because of they're basically shocks. They're steering shocks, if you want to put it that way. It dampens the actual shimmy of the tires that you get when you go up in size. So yeah, that's a few things that I want to do to the truck just to make it pretty much like a daily driver, where you can get 14 miles to the gallon on the highway instead of probably around 10, which what I'm getting right now. And yeah, then pretty much, it drives great right now. I have no problems with it, but it's just one of those things. I want to make sure that, big gust of wind hits, or I go over a bump and I go flying across the road and flip the truck, which would not be good at all. Yeah, but that's the stuff I want to do to the truck. And to update you guys, there hasn't been a lot of Camaro content, mainly because, I've been doing the lift kit, and also because recently we started to go take it on a drive, and it wouldn't start. So we charged up the battery for about 20 or 30 minutes, let it get a good charge, and we went back to start it, and it wouldn't start still. And the thing about old cars like that, the alternator isn't a one-wire alternator like you see in your newer vehicles like this truck. It has multiple wires that go to multiple places. The starter, the voltage regulator is outside of the alternator, so that's one of the wires that leads up to the alternator. And that is what failed, or shorted, I guess. The voltage regulator is one of the worst parts of a car like that, because back then they hadn't really perfected it. And I'm sure if we got the new voltage regulator, it would probably work for a good 2 years, but then we'd have to go back and replace it again. And this truck is 20 years old. It has almost 300,000 miles on it, 290, 469 right now, and no problems with the alternator. And that's because it's a one-wire. So we are going to pick up a one-wire alternator and do all the conversions that you need to run a one-wire alternator on an old car like that, which is also going to be a learning process that my dad and I are going to go through. So yeah, that's the main reason that we haven't had any Camaro content recently. But other than that, it's been running great. So if we get started, then there'd be more content. But I guess that will be a video on its own. So look forward to that when it comes. And I believe that is now everything that I wanted to say and everything that I wanted to update you guys on. So, alright, have a good rest of your day, guys.